There's a lot of swagger out among the fighter pilot community, and a lot of people claim to be the world's greatest fighter pilot. They have on their name tag, Joe Blow WGFP. Well, Bob Hoover was the world's greatest fighter pilot.
I heard Bob Hoover's story of escaping from prison camp and stealing Focke-Wulf 190 under the nose of the Germans. He was a god to a lot of us younger fighter pilots.
First saw Bob Hoover fly at Clovis Air Force Base in New Mexico in 1955.
He's never been out of my awareness since I saw him the first time. He did performances with the F-100A model in 1957.
I'll never forget, he said, "Now, Tower," he said, "am I clear for roll on takeoff?" And the Tower said, "You're clear to roll." He said, "No, am I cleared to roll on takeoff?" He said, "You're clear to roll." He lit the afterburner, leaped off and did a roll, and the guy in the tower said, "Like I said, you're clear to roll." And he just kept on going.
Rolling the airplane down the runway on one wheel, and then he'd flip it over on the other wheel, and then he'd zoom up and he'd roll, and we were all young lieutenants at the time, and just absolutely,
And he just became, he was our hero. He is the master of flying the feathered edge of the flight envelope.
He provided pilots with confidence that they were smart enough maybe not to try what he did with it, but they knew that if they had to, they could probably live through it.
Notice the sky whirling around, and as we pull over the top of the maneuver, you can now see the Earth below us rotating rather rapidly.
Time after time in air races and acrobatics, he blazed a path that a lot of people have tried to follow, and nobody's been able to follow yet.
I had decided by the time I was 12 or 13 years of age that I really wanted to someday be a pilot. And I never lost sight of that objective. I got airsick, which was gruesome. I would do maneuvers that would make me sick, like pulling up and coming down like this. And I kept doing that and trying to overcome this nausea problem. And finally I reached a point I thought, why couldn't, when I'm up here, just keep right on rolling and come out like that? And so that's how I learned to do the rolls. It was just overcoming sickness. And then when I got ready to get my license, I was told, your eyes aren't good enough, you can't fly. Nowadays, you can be a fighter pilot wearing glasses and nobody thinks anything of it. But back then it wasn't that way, and it worked out that I ran into the right kind of a doctor who said, I've been watching you fly, young man. I'm going to be gone for about 20 minutes, and when I come back, you better read that second line from the bottom. And so he left, and I memorized that line real quick. He returned and he said, now, if anybody ever wants to dilate the pupils of your eyes, you tell them that you're allergic to the medication, and they won't find out. But he said, I'm convinced you will turn out someday to be a very good pilot, and I want to be able to say I helped you.